Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we return with the P1 boys and the Archies Journey Mazda Challenge, the Thursday special these boys are putting on. So you've just seen the We Are Driven intro. We're still pushing the Archies Journey, obviously Archies Journey Mazda Challenge tonight. Still pushing Bradley Lowry Foundation as well, so get yourselves over to Facebook, click all those like buttons. And then get yourselves over to justgiving.com/campaign/Archies Journey and drop a donation on there, please. Thank you. Right. That's not what I meant to do tonight then. Yes, Archies Journey Mazda Challenge returns Season 2. Tonight is the Round 1 season opener, so it is a 40-minute enduro. The final round is an enduro as well. And the other rounds in between are two 20-minute races, so a little bit different tonight from the majority of the season. That's what we've got coming up for you lot. Medium tyres only, 10-minute qualifier and a 40-minute race tonight, and then yeah, two 20-minute races for the rest of the season. No scores to show you, obviously, with season 1 kicking off. Don't forget, still got t-shirts and stickers available. Hit me up, dartsmoker@googlemail.com, or on the Facebook page. Give me a shout on there. Either way, stickers and t-shirts are still available, people. Right, let's get ourselves in then. What do I need? I need that. So yeah, only a little short qualifying session, really. Let's just see who we've got in the house. We've got Raoul, we've got Infinity Decals, GT Obi-Wan, P1 Apache, P1 Manny, P1 Don, P1 Valiant, P1 Rob, P1 Benny, P1 Reg, P1 Diz, P1 Dylan, and Rick33 GTR. So Catalunya is the arena for battle tonight. Let's get ourselves on track. Qualifying just started. So two lobbies running this season. We've got the pros you're watching with me, Dark Smoker, and we've got the pro-ams running as well. Fortunately this week I don't think they've got live coverage of the pro-ams, but for the rest of the season they will have, possibly be post-race coverage. We'll see what happens. It'll be, oh, where are you going, Raoul? That's completely the wrong way, Raoul. Where are you going? So Raoul on pole at the minute with a 153.5. P1 Don 153.8, so a little bit down on pace at the minute. He's still rocking the Harry Potter livery from last season. Good to see. Valium in. Someone else just beating Raoul then. Diz then 153.4. GT Obi-Wan going quicker, 153.2. Qualifying times getting smashed here. So Dizzy into second then. Raoul now third. Don fourth. Valiant fifth, 154.0. Infinity Decals sixth with a 154.1. 33, a little bit of a penalty he's got to drop. 154.2 is his fastest so far. 7th on the grid. Dylan in 8th. No hot lap on the board yet. P1 Apache stuck a 154.4 in. Oh, Dylan must have put a time in because he's in 8th. 154.4 then for Apache. 9th. P1 Reg 10th, 154.5. Got Manny 11th, 155.1. Qualifying almost over already. P1 Rick, he's got himself a 155.2 for 12th. Benny is at the back of the pack at the minute, 155.7 for the Benster. Obi-Wan then at 153.2, quarter of a second quicker than Dizzy. Pull that track map out. There we go. That doesn't help me because I'm almost blind. There you go. That's a bit better. So, anybody out on a hot lap? No, qualifying over there. We're not going to get a chance to do an onboard lap. My fault, apologies. So it is going to be GT Obi-Wan on pole then. Dizzy second, Ralph third, Dylan in fourth, P1 Don fifth, Valium in sixth, Reg GT seventh, Infinity Decals in eighth, Rick 33 GTR. Just go back to Infinity Decals, go for a Driftathon. Seat. Rick 33 then in ninth. Trying to get his starts on point. P1 Apache in 10th, Benny in 11th. He's managed to get quicker than 154.6 for Benny. Manny in 13th, 154.9, and P1 Rob back of the pack, 155.2. See how Rob S91 gets on then in this one. Yeah, so as I said, we have got two lobbies running, but only one with live coverage. Next week it should be back with two live races. So here we go then. Into this 40-minute enduro, medium tyres only. I didn't have a look what tyre wear was on. But the Mazda's running maximum power, minimum weight tonight to make them as leery as possible for you lot. So Obi-Wan on pole then. Can he hold that down into Elf? We'll see. Okay, yeah, can see the lights. Here we go then, they're off. It's a good start by Obi-Wan. It's a good start by Raoul as well. Not a great start by Diz. Let's see where they end up when they hit turn one. All trying to gain a bit of slipstream down here. Vying for position early on. Obi-Wan's holding on to it. Reg GT goes for a look around the outside of everyone. So Raoul in second. Dylan holds third. Don's got fourth. Valium just holding on to fifth at the minute. Bit of a battle for sixth and seventh. Reg GT and Rick 33 both going at it side by side on the way out of Renault. Repsol then. Rick 33 gets through Reg GT. Oh, slips one back up the inside though. Can he hold on to it down towards Worth? Oh, sorry, Seat. Does so into sixth then, and now Rick 33 under pressure. Oh, from someone just going wide from Dizzy. Who went wide? Was it Infinity Decals? Went a bit off track there. I think it might have been. Right, let's see what's happening back up front. Obi-Wan still leading. I will run through the rest of the pack in a second. Decals looking for a move in the background. Obi-Wan holds the line into the Kasha. Raoul still second. Dylan into third. Don fourth. Oh, a little bit wrong on the exit there for Obi-Wan. He's managed to hold on to the lead still. Don fourth. It's GT back under pressure though, but this time from Valium. Valium up the inside, but he's not going to hold the line into the chicane. So just has to back off. So back onto this start-finish straight then. Quite a long one. May see one or two positions get taken here. Everyone gaining a little bit of slipstream though, so Valium unable to close that gap or make any moves. Up front though, kicking off for the front three. Raul then runs around the outside of GT Obi-Wan, takes race lead into turn 1. No effort Dylan to go, so he has to hold on to third at the minute. Obi-Wan pushed into second for now. Looking to come back. Raul's going defensive as they come into Repsol. A little bit deep there. Obi-Wan not able to get up the inside. Nice tight line there for Dylan as well. Still got these boys battling it out. Red GT all over the tail end of Don in the background. Don closes up under braking into... Oh, Sayout goes a bit deep. Red GT's decided to turn his lights on. Loses a bit of speed out of there. We've got Dizzy and Valium looking to get through. Dizzy does. I think Valium's done it as well. Or maybe Benny. No, Benny's got himself through. These three battling away. He's just slipped himself in between them all. Got himself back through. So Don 4th, then Valium, Benny 5th. Dizzy 6th. Reg GT holding 7th at the minute. Valium again up the inside of Reg. Nicks that position. Ranch down to 8th. P1 Apache 9th, making up a position from the start. Infinity Decals 10th, saw him go off quite early on. Started to chop his way back through now then. P1 Rob also making up a couple of positions up into 11th. Manny in 12th, right on Rob's tail. Looking to make the move. Both drivers picking up a penalty through that chicane section. As did Infinity Decals actually, I think. 33 now at the back of the pack. What's going on? Rick's been all over the field. GT Obi-Wan back up front then. What happened? Raul now down in 3rd position. Damage is on light, so if he did have damage or crashed into a wall or something, we're not going to be able to see it. So Obi-Wan then with a bit of a lead as well, 1.1 seconds over now second place Dylan. Raul looking up the inside, loses his penalty though through there. Baggy, evening brother, how you doing? You're not racing in this one or the Pro-Ams? So Raul then pushed down to that 3rd position, still got that penalty to lose. He's got to be careful of Don behind. Benny starting to look a bit dangerous as well. Closing up on this front pack. Yes, he is within slipstream range as well. Now picking up a penalty himself through there. So Valium another 1.1 seconds back. He's got Dizzy for company. He's starting to make his way back through as well. Was 2nd position on the grid. Dizzy 7th at the minute. Can he make his way back up to the front? We'll see. Plenty of time left. It is a 40-minute enduro. We have only had 5.5 minutes so far. Reg GT, oh, what's happened? Reg 8th position. Been under a bit of pressure for a few laps as Reg. Apache then in 9th. Infinity Decals looking to close him down as well, just picking up another penalty. Trying to stay in that slipstream though. 33 back up into 11th. A little mistake from Rob then has cost him another position. He's got Manny hunting him down this long start finish straight. Going for the move as well is Manny. Where is he? I'm on. No, not on with the wrong driver. Oh my god, I'm looking the wrong way though. Manny. What's happened? Manny's got no gears. Manny's got no anything. Manny's broken. Oh, Manny. Oh no. There we go, Manny out of this race. Looks like he's had an internet failure. That's a typical sign of router explosions. Maybe he's been attacked by those potatoes of the night. You know what they're like. So Obi-Wan then still out front. It's a shame for Manny. He's now out of the rest of the evening's racing. If it was next week, he'd at least get a chance to sit in on race 2, but unfortunately that's him done now for this one. So can Obi-Wan continue to stretch his lead? Dylan in the background has had a little bit of pressure from Raul and Don. Are they going to work together, these boys, or not? Are they going to look to close the gap on Obi-Wan, or are they just going to fight it out and not give either one of them an advantage? Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Closing up again then, Raul. Dylan chucks himself over to the right-hand side of the circuit. Goes defensive. Raul tries to run him around the outside. No, not quite worked out. Dylan carries the speed through the second part of the first turn. So through Elf. So holds on to that position. That is just going to give... yeah, more time to Obi-Wan here. He's now got 2-second lead over these boys. Yeah, so defensive again for Dylan. It's a slower line in. It's going to cost them both time. And they're starting to come under more pressure from Don. Benny's held on to that front pack as well, sitting in 4th at the minute. Oh, sorry. Benny in 5th, apologies. Dizzy back up to 6. Is he only 3.3 back? Can he close that gap back up? As I said, he was 2nd on the grid. HGT then 7th. Valium in 8th. Still pretty close to Reg. Only 1 or 2 stragglers so far. We are 10 minutes in. Sorry, just over 9 minutes in, apologies. Infinity Decals has managed to claw his way back up to this pack. There's a little bit of a gap back to Rick 33. 2.9 seconds back to Rick. Expecting rain again, even with the roof down. And P1 Rob S91, another 3.5 seconds back. So 1 or 2 little mistakes coming in for Rob. There you go, just getting that chicane a little bit wrong. So I'm not too sure how much driving Rob's had. It can be tricky if you're, I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying if you are new to sim racing, it can be tricky when you're out racing on your own. A little bit different when you've got a driver to chase, you know, sort of when to brake, where to turn, etc. But out on your own, it can be a little bit tricky. So might be a reason or two Rob's struggling. Like I say, I don't know how much experience Rob's had. Losing a little bit more time to Rick 33 there as well. Obi-Wan stretching out his lead even more. Fastest lap of the race as well, 153.1, and almost 4 seconds lead over Dylan. And look at this big gaggle of Mazdas ganging up behind him now. We've got Raul, we've got Don, we've got Benny. Benny's still got a bit of a penalty to lose, but he has closed the gap up. Is he not that far back either? He's closed that gap down. It is still 2 seconds, 2.1. But he is. It was 3 points something last time we looked. So with these lot having a bit of a punch up in front, it is slowing them down into some of these turns. And allowing drivers like Diz, Reg, Valium, etc. to all close up. Apache going through, Infinity Decals still not that far behind really. Only 10 seconds, 10.5 seconds between all top 10 drivers at the minute. 33, another 2.4 seconds down. Just putting in his fastest lap of the race as well there, 154.0 on lap 4. Rob as well actually, 155.6, his fastest. Maybe getting the other drivers out of the way did the world of good, who knows. Obi-Wan, 4.1 seconds, the Jedi powers return. Dylan then still holding second. Raul still third. Benny up into fourth. What's happened to Don? Little mistake happened for Don somewhere. Unless he's had to picked up a penalty and had to drop that. But now out of the slipstream range of Benny. Almost battling in front as well. But under threat from Dizzy behind. So Dizzy into the slipstream range of Benny. Of Don. So should be able to hang with Don. And these two might work together to pull themselves closer to that pack in front. Although I think the gap's coming down anyway. They're still battling Benny, Raul and Dylan. GT Obi-Wan stretching away again. 4.6 seconds. Yeah, properly kicking off here. Let's get ourselves on board with Raul, who's in the middle of this pack. Dylan up front, then in second. There's Obi-Wan just hitting that start-finish straight. Oh, sliding through there for Dylan. It won't be as fast. Raul getting the run on him. Gets the inside line as well through the final turn. Benny not able to carry the speed. Trying to avoid giving Dylan a tow. Raul hugging that inside line. Does chuck himself back out to the racing line. Right at the last minute. Wrong way. Dylan again chucks one up the inside. Raul carrying the speed through the second part of that turn. But now Dylan slots one up the inside. As they go through Renault. Who else have we got here? Benny. He's also looking for his way through. Don has managed to claw his way back onto this fight. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two German drivers. Don's able to get his way through, so Raul has just gone from second and then to third and then to fifth. And under pressure from Diz. Diz bolted right onto the back of this fight then. So it's a five-way fight. GT Obi-Wan is loving this. Not that he can see it at the minute. He can just see that gap between himself and Dylan getting ever bigger. Let's just go and see what that gap is right now. 5.8 seconds. Absolutely stomping away with it at the minute for GT Obi-Wan. There we go. That big gaggle of Mazdas. Great inside line for Benny there. Not quite able to carry the speed. Dylan trying to lose his penalty and defend from Benny. Is that Mortal Kombat on your bonnet as well? Oh, a little bit tight through there. May pick up a penalty for that one, Benny. There you go. Whole second he's got to drop as well. Dylan's still got 0.7 of a second himself to lose. Closing up under that slipstream. Dylan not getting a slipstream, so Benny closing up. He'll be dragging those three drivers behind him as well. Goes defensive. Benny now looking to run up the outside. Side by side with the German. Again, just hold to the line. Don slips his way through. That's exactly what happened to Raul last lap. So Don gets his way through into third. Benny down fourth. What's going to happen into Repsol? Benny slides one back up the inside of Don, but he's losing his penalty through there, side by side. Can Don hold his nose on the line down into Sayat? Oh, almost. The run down to Worth, then Benny holds on to it. Stern at the minute, nothing in it between these five. There's a little pack of four as well. Let's go and have a look and see what's happening in that little gaggle behind these boys. So we've got Valium leading this next little pack. He's in 7th, Red GT in 8th. We've got Apache in 9th and Infinity Decals 10th. 33, still only 2.2 seconds back in 11th. So not out of this. Oh, maybe out of this fight a little bit now. Drifted through there and a penalty to lose. Gap stretching up to 2.5 seconds. Tyre wear on these mediums kicking in. Reg DT's driven himself off the circuit though. He's got to try and get himself back on safely. does so, but loses all those positions. And Rick 33 comes through as well, loses his penalty at the same time. Might have just picked up another one through there. Reg in the pits then, deciding he's had enough of those medium tyres. He wants a fresh set on, please, boys. Make sure they're nice and warm. Obi-Wan, 5.6 second lead over Dylan. Benny's still got a little bit of a penalty to lose. Dylan's cleared his. Close race here for these front few positions. Stretched out a little bit now in this pack at the back. Valium's managed to gain a little bit of a gap between himself and now Infinity Decals after the departure of Reg GT into the sand. So he's got 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds, sorry, over Infinity Decals. Just got past P1 Apache. Apache into 9th then. Rick 33 now only 1.3 seconds back off this fight. So Robin to 11th, 12.8 seconds down. And then Reg GT back on track. Fresh set of mediums on board for him. And he has got 18 seconds to P1 Rob in front. And 45 seconds to race leader GT Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan doing a good job with those mediums as well. Benny into second, got himself wide through there as he picked himself up a penalty, probably knowing Benny, or there. Benny and Dylan into the pits. Raoul stops out, Don stops out, Dizzy goes for the stop as well. How is this going to play out then? Come on, get to the driver I want, you stupid machine. Alright. Go back up front then. We'll start with GT Obi-Wan. Still out on these medium tyres. Halfway through this 40-minute enduro. 7.7 second lead at the minute for GT Obi-Wan. And looking comfortable as well. Raoul and Don now battling it out for second. Again, they've just got to be careful. They're going to lose time to the boys that have just come in for fresh tyres. Don't really want to be battling it out on an in-lap, boys, if that's what this is. Still the gap at 7.7 seconds to race leader GT Obi-Wan. Hanging on to the tail end of Raoul at the minute. A little bit of a gap then back to Infinity Decals, who's holding 4th. Here he is. So not stopped yet for Infinity. We just catch him getting a bit twitchy. His tyres looking a little bit worse for wear, so he's just got to be careful he doesn't spin himself off track with those beaten up set of mediums. Benny back out on track. Dylan all over the back end of him. Are you giving him a little push, or are you looking for the position, Dylan? Benny's got a penalty to lose. Dylan's going for the move up the inside. Oh, Benny pushed a little bit wide. Unfortunately loses that position to Dylan, unable to hold his nose up the inside through the second part of that turn. Again, these boys battling is just going to be costing them a little bit of time on outlaps as well. Yes, okay, fresh tyres, but it's going to allow, if Don and Raoul aren't battling so much, they might just be gaining that time on these boys. Race leader still stretching more time. His mediums looking very happy. Give the newfound Jedi his glory shots, being as he's got his Jedi powers back this week. well then, also looking good on tyres, as is Don. Top three not stopped yet. Benny into fourth. Oh, losing his penalty through there. Dylan slotting one back up the inside. Backs off, not able to carry the speed. So Dizzy has managed to hang on to this group as well after his stop. So in with a shout then, Diz. Valium is 7th. He's also stopped. A bit of a gap still to Reg GT. Reg has made his way back through the pack after his little off then. That came in early on, and he got rid of his tyres after he'd spun off. So holds 8th. Rick 33 also been in, has taken 9th position. Infinity Decals 10th. Apache 11th. So it's brought them all pretty close together again. Again, just a couple of gaps here between P1 Rob at the minute, who is 14 seconds down. And then the top three who haven't stopped yet. Obi-Wan, 8.2 seconds up the road from Raoul, who is a blim of a second. Might be behind Don in a second. Is he going to hold the line into Sayat? Yes, he is. Just let him get through this. Holds on to second then for Raoul. Don won't go for a move down into Worth. I wouldn't have thought. He's going to wait for the run. After camps up. And run down to the hairpin pretty much, if he can get it done. So, are we going to see these drivers in? If or when? Still pulling time though, Obi-Wan. 8.6 seconds out front now. Round and Don still neck and neck. And they've also got 26.5 seconds over now. 4th place Dylan. Benny pushed to the back of this little fight now. Dizzy making his way through into 5th. Little flash of the lights there for Dizzy as well, saying, all right, Dylan, I'm still here. Coming at you. A little bit wide there for Benny. Trying to lose that penalty and stick with these boys. Does seem to pick up his penalties right at the end of this lap on the final turn. He has got hashtag send it down the side of his car, so you know, there, that's exactly what Benny. You didn't even, that wasn't even a corner for you then. That exact corner. So are we on for another fight between Valium and Reg here as well? Reg and Valium just a position apart. 2.3 seconds the gap as well. Reg had a little off in stint 1. 33 managed to claw the time back as well to these boys, getting himself up a couple of positions as well in front of Infinity Decals and P1 Apache. So well driven, Rick 33. P1 Rob 15 seconds down at the minute, and unfortunately we've lost Manny from the first round. Internet glitching quite early on. He just lost all power and then disappeared from track. Look at the time, 10-second lead between first and second. These two have really been, they must have been battling, unless it was just a 154.5, 154.6. What have these boys put in? Oh, there you go, 155.2 for Raoul. 155.0 for Don. So costing them big chunks of time now. Let's see what the gap is between 3rd and 4th place. 23 seconds. Are these boys running to the end on these tyres? Are they going to go for the full stint, the full 40 minutes? Only got 13 minutes left on the race timer. Thought for a little second he was going to go for a lunge up the inside of Raoul there at turn 1. He thinks better of it though. are we going to see the top three go for a no-stop race 1 enduro? What do we think, people? Obi-Wan's tyres still looking pretty good. 12.5 minutes remaining. As are Rowell's, as are Don's. Don's actually looking better than Rowell's at the minute. I think Rowell's had to go a little bit more defensive than Don in this fight they've been having. Strategy from Don, pushing the German to make defensive and mistakes and things like that. Just costing him his tyres. Don, if he holds on to his, he's just got to wait for that tiny mistake from the second place man. Again, if they race to the end on this set of tyres, that's exactly what's going to happen. They'll be absolutely beaten up, but they are now losing big chunks of time to 4th place. Dylan now 21.8 seconds down. Again, fresher tyres versus the top three. Purple sectors as well from Dylan, really pushing then. Still got Dizzy for company. They've managed to drop P1 Benny by 2.5 seconds, picking up more penalties than Benny. Still a fair bit of time between Benny and Valium though in 7th. Oh, here we go then. Reg GT has made all that time up. A little mistake from Valium. So these two had a real good battle in stint 1 until Reg found himself in the sand. Oh, up the inside already then for Reg GT as they exit the final turn onto the start-finish straight. Can Reg carry the speed? Valium is right in that slipstream. He's going to get the move back done before turn 1. There he goes over to the right-hand side of the circuit. Drops his penalty as well through there, Valium. Nowhere for Reg GT to go. Valium just holding the right line through there. Rick 33 still closing up on these two, dragging Infinity Decals with him. Infinity Decals are right on the edge of the track around that first complex. Reg GT thinking about going up the inside. A little bit wide there for Valium. Now slots himself back over the other side of the track, the Reg. No, backs off. All over the back of the 7th place driver at the minute though. Rick 33 definitely closing up, and again Infinity Decals definitely closing up. Oh, I thought Reg was going to run himself off track there as well. Through Campser, a little bit of a penalty, did go a little bit too wide then Reg GT. Get all 4 wheels over the white line, it is a penalty. Up the inside then, oh, backs out into the hairpin. Oh, it's deep though for Valium. Through goes Reg, through goes Rick. And Rick might even get the job done on Reg GT here. Reg was slightly compromised with the mistake from Valium. And he has got himself up 2 positions then, Rick 33. Reg is not happy about that though. He has now dropped that penalty. Now back hot on the heels of Rick 33, back up to full race pace. Then not going to worry about that penalty. Still got Valium to worry about behind him, and we have now got Infinity Decals hanging on to this fight. 0.3 of a second back as well, not that far really. Unfortunately, P1 Apache is 3.4 seconds off the back end of this fight. Where is he? There he is, just coming through turn 1. I'm losing more time, 3.9 seconds down then for Apache. P1 Rob, another 17 seconds down from Apache. Average lap time's looking not bad though. Obi-Wan gap coming down then. 9 seconds. The tyre wear possibly starting to kick in. It definitely looks like they're running to the end. Only 8 minutes remaining. Obi-Wan. Oh, that time coming down massively, 8.7 seconds. So they are closing that gap up. Can GT Obi-Wan hang on to this one? So he did have about 10.5 second lead. It is slowly diminishing, 8.4 seconds the gap. Raul and Don have been bumper to bumper for, well, the entire race pretty much. One or two of the drivers deciding to try and slot themselves in between these two and battle it out, but all deciding to come in the pits apart from the top three. So Obi-Wan, Raul and Don. Again, Don has just been tucked under the rear wing of Raul for pretty much the entire race. I've swapped positions once or twice, but majority of the time it's been Raul up front. Tyre's not looking too bad either. Very similar, slightly better on Don still. Oh, a little bit wide there. Now Don goes for a move down towards Worth. He is carrying the speed there. Raul compromised on the exit of Saya. So Don up into second then. Again, this little bit of battling is just keeping that gap between themselves and first place GT Obi-Wan. Yeah, Ty's looking a little worse for wear than Don's at the minute. So again, just got to ease it through some of these turns. That timer ticking down quickly as well, so just under 6 minutes remaining. He's still got 8.3 second lead. Just not got to chuck it in the bin then, Obi-Wan. Hold on to those midichlorians. Oh, a little bit of a gap developed here between Don and Raul as well. Oh, he's picked himself up a penalty for that slightly better tyre on Don's car. Might have just given him the edge. Can he hold this second position from the German? Loses his penalty almost through there. Raul closes up a little bit. Still at 0.8 of a second. Again, the gap coming down between first and second, 7.9 seconds. Under 5 minutes remaining. Almost 2 minute laps as well, so we should see this and two more. Don then is starting to pull away from Raul. The gap up to a second. Still got a little bit of a penalty to lose. Raul doing everything he can to try and, oh, a little bit squirrely out of there for for Raul. He's managed to keep it pointing in a straight line though, but lost a little bit more time to Don in front. Not a lot. So Dylan fourth, 14 seconds back, still got Dizzy for company in fifth. Gap stretched out between themselves and Benny now 4.5 seconds back. Rick 33 though, from last place at one point, is now sitting in seventh. So I've got to say, good bit of racing from Rick 33 here. Can't take anything away from that. Reg GT into 8th then. Infinity Decals through to 9th. Valium down to 10th now. Apache, unfortunately, 2.8 seconds down still. A bit too far off this fight at the minute without mistakes kicking in. Rob, he's only lost a couple of seconds since we last saw him. Currently at 19 seconds down for Rob. And that gap still coming down between the first place driver GT Obi-Wan down to 7 seconds, 6.9. Don still not managed to drop Raul completely yet, so it must have just been a tiny little mistake that allowed Don through. Oh, we saw it happen, didn't we, down at Sayat and then into Worth. Can he get that time back? Just outside of the slipstream range at the minute. Again, his tyres a little bit worse than Don's. So he might not be able to make that time deficit up. Won't be able to close up under braking or accelerate any earlier than Don with those worn out tyres. It's all about line choice. Over a second. But GT Obi-Wan comes through the chicane onto the start-finish straight to start what is probably going to be, oh, it certainly is going to be the last lap. 1 minute 45 left on the clock. Goes across the finish line now. 6.3 seconds lead over Don. Raul has closed the gap. Just 3/4 of a second in it between them. He closed up a little bit down this start finish straight, but not enough to make any kind of attack at Don. Might bring him back in the fight in 1 or 2 corners time. So Dylan's still holding 4th again, but for how long? Dizzy all over the back end of him as they head down towards turn 1. Dylan goes a little bit defensive. Dizzy looking for a different way through here. Keeping the lines tight for Dylan, not allowing any space for Dizzy to make a move on him. Still tucked right under the rear wing. I thought he was going to go for a move into Repsol, but he's backed off. Could all be kicking off here between these two. Maybe a little bit deep there for Dylan. Can Dizzy hold it through Worth? I think Dylan's going to have the line. He's already got the speed through there. Don't want to miss what's happening between Raul and Don as well. Still quite a big gap. But it's all about this man, the Jedi Master, returned after going to see Yoda or something for the off-season. Gone for some upside down, lift that rock training, you know the stuff. So through that final turn then, onto this long start finish straight, headed down towards the line, flashing of the lights as he crosses it. And GT Obi-Wan takes the race 1 win in season 2. Don takes 2nd, Raul takes 3rd. 1.4 of a second in it between them at the end of that. Whoa. Dizzy not close enough to use the slipstream down towards the line, so Dylan's going to take 4th, then Dizzy takes 5th sideways. Benny comes home 6th position. Rick 33 again. Got to give Rick a shout from the back of the pack to 7th. Edge into 8th. We've got Infinity Decals 9th. Valium in 10th. P1 Apache sideways for 11th. And Rob just headed into this chicane section. Going to come home in 12th position. Yes, unfortunately we lost Manny in the early stages of this one due to, well, who knows what, but his internet died. So Rob takes that final 12th position then. And there it is. Race 1 done of season 2 of Archies Journey Mazda Challenge. Nearly couldn't say that then. GT Obi-Wan, pole position and a race victory. There you go. Don't ask, I don't know. It just does that. There you go then, the opening round of the new P1 season. The Mazda's always a good one. Right, what have we got coming up? This, obviously, same time, same place next week. 9 not a lot really, just this and the minis. 2 more rounds of the minis left. We've got, oh, is it 2? Sorry, it might be 3 more rounds of the minis left. Hold on a minute, let me just refresh myself. Oh no, 2 rounds of the minis left. 2 rounds of the minis left. That's what we've got. So that's Monday night at 8:30. And other than that, at the minute, just the P1 Archies Journey Mazda Challenge on Thursdays, 9 PM. Come and check it out. Next week, it's, let me just pull that up, because then you can have a look as well as me. We are at Autopolis, or Autopolis. So that is going to be the 2 20-minute races. 10-minute quali again, and then reverse grid, I assume, for race 2. So that'll be the tonight's was a 40-minute enduro. The next 6 races are 20-minute, 2 times 20-minute races, and then the final race, as you can see there at Bathurst, is another 40-minute enduro. So that's the lineup we've got coming up. Again, only this and the minis kicking off at the minute. So stick around, plenty more coming up, I'm sure. Obviously nothing GTTCC wise yet, and no word on the next TOR league either on Wednesdays. But I'll keep you lot up to date as I know. All right, that's about all I can do. So again, don't forget, peeps, got plenty of merch available, t-shirts, stickers, blah blah blah. Hit me up at dartsmoker@googlemail.com if you fancy any of that, or get me on the Facebook page, just Dartsmoker. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe, share it out, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here.